hopefully I'm coming through. Um, I'm trying something here different. So I'm hoping I am coming through for everybody out there. I'm gonna double check something before I speak, and then speak of the topic at hand. Why I'm doing this quick live here. So so weird that it does that. Huh. Okay. Well, okay. Like I said, I am here to try to see. I'm trying to figure out how to do some of the stuff on the new live system. Okay. Well. All right. All right. Okay. Anyway, let's just go with this. I want to. It's a quick video, none stuff. I have another video that's coming up pretty soon, so that's why I said I don't want to overtalk it. I do want to talk quickly about is the Switch 2 situation. I have not gotten my hands onto the Switch 2 a lot. Been busy, been working like crazy. As you can see, you might hear in the background, I'm still working, so it's not surprising. And I'm gonna go home and try to mess with the Switch more today. Now, me and Katie, we got our Switches. We are doing more. We started a video, but stuff was getting done, and I had to pick up my mom from the airport. So that video is gonna have to get edited because I hate splitting up videos, but that's what we're gonna be doing. So, if anybody out there who friend in need, if you want questions, you want answers about the Switch 2. I am not a super techie person, but I have done some tech stuff on the channel talking about stuff that you guys might want to check out. Like I've done stuff like how to back up your Wii U and stuff like most people didn't know about certain things, and how to change your battery, which I did that a while back, and stuff like for the Wii U and stuff. But the reason I'm saying I want to do a video like that, I'm asking you guys questions like this because a lot of YouTube guys are doing this for cloud chasing one, two, and a lot of rage bait. And I'm not doing this for rage bait. I want to know if there's questions you want to know about the Switch 2. Let me know so I can do a video about that. And that's what I want to do. Because I don't want to just be just putting stuff that's irrelevant to people, and I don't want to do a video if it's not people want to see it. All right. I'm just asking fellow and people who are subscribed to the channel, hey, if you guys want to questions about stuff, then let me know. That is why I want to know about this. Because there's videos about the battery life. There's videos about that when you open up the Switch, you gotta have to do some stuff in it. Because I'll be honest with you, I have played the Switch 2 a little bit, not a lot, because I said I've been busy, and I want to make sure a lot of people are enjoying their consoles as best as they can. Because the thing is, like I said, I play the Switch 2. I open up and put it on my 4K TV. And does it look good, Mario Kart World? It looks good, but it doesn't pop like a make a difference from that. And people were saying because you need to do certain things to the console. And I could see that because I had to do some stuff to a PlayStation 5 to make it pop as well on my TV as well. So that's where I'm gonna come up with that. So if you guys have questions about the Switch 2, let me know. You can put a comment in this little live here if you guys can hear me, because I don't even know if you hear me or not. I ain't did a live on my phone in so long, and I can't test it because I don't have no way to read back the audio feed. But I just want and talk about, like I said, I'm just talking random stuff right now, just so people, so we understand. So if you need stuff, questions answer, I'll do that. Two, I'm not surprised the Switch 2 is the fastest selling console out there. You guys know that. Like, come on, like, that's another belt that Nintendo has put on the championship roster now. Not surprised. Is it a big thing? Not really. I'm happy that people out there buying this Switch too. And the funny part about it, the reason I say happy about it because of this. My favorite console is the Wii U. People didn't buy it. I get it. I get most of it. Some of it was some BS by the journalism and people, a lot of YouTubers and everybody just essing on the daggone Wii U. But the Wii U to me was the last good, super innovative console for Nintendo for me. But with that said, I still love the console. I still love the games. And I picked up and like I said, I was gifted a Switch One, and I'm happy that this time I wasn't gifted a Switch One. So I bought a console for the opportunity of the games that I'm seeing is gonna come down the pike for Nintendo. I am one for one a Nintendo fan. I have turned my sister Katie into a Nintendo fan. We play Nintendo games the most. She will play a Final Fantasy 14. There's games that we will play on other consoles on the PC. Don't get me wrong, but the majority of my gaming library of my lifetime, the 40 years on this planet that I have played, has been Nintendo. Right after that would be Genesis, but Nintendo has been the Sega, I should say. But right after that would be Sega, but Nintendo has been the number one spot. I've seen a lot of Nintendo YouTubers now faking up stuff, talking about, Nintendo has changed. I used to love Nintendo, but Nintendo has changed now. They're greedy or whatever. And I always ask the question, and Kanoshi Bomanito, shout out to him, he asked the question too. Compared to what? Compared to what? Well, the company y'all hate Nintendo because they're greedy. So Sony ain't greedy, Microsoft ain't greedy, Steam Deck ain't the same too. People talking about, Nintendo could break your consoles. Again, like I said, they could break your consoles. That's been happening since the Wii. If you use the console not the way it's supposed to be used. And what about when if you don't I did that. If you don't agree with whatever, or you want to follow the Steam library, Steam's quotes and TS, they take away. Remember, you don't own your games on Steam either, and they take away your Steam library from you. There's been stories about that. So Nintendo is the bad guy for what? I don't get it. That puzzles me and it makes me think, what are people talking about? What are we missing here? I'm sorry. Games out there, like I said, Splatoon now just sort of knew that they getting some updates and they're doing their own spin-off. Good for them. I'm looking forward to that. Sorry, but I am. It looks fun. and looks like it's to be something that I want to see. A lot of people did not pick up a lot of Switch 2, even though they're the fastest in the console. You got people saying, "Oh my goodness!" Like like Nintendo, who kills me. I don't know if I'll go video it or not. For a person who say he's done with Nintendo's new stuff and he gonna buy a new console, you don't really shut up about it, don't you, Nintendo? 662. You don't shut up about it. You just keep on yakking your mouth, blathering, blathering, blathering. So I don't know what to say. But again, I've seen how things are going now. That people just can't enjoy their consoles no more. If you're one of the few people who did not buy the Nintendo Switch because you think it's too expensive, good. That is your choice. I am happy you made that choice, and you just move on. That's it. Now, there are people out there who have said they won't buy the game and all that stuff, and then come to find out, oh wait, they did buy the console. Am I surprised by it? No, I'm not. I'm definitely not. These people don't have no sense of integrity. But everybody's playing the YouTube game because they want the algorithms up. They want to get the mind share. They want to feed that hungry little thing, you know, that gaming library, so they can get more money because they got to do stuff. And I don't get it. I don't understand it. But like I said, I don't know if this video, if my audio is working and you guys can hear me. If not, and I just sit and I go listen later on, I can't hear nothing. Hey, it is what it is. Tonight's podcast that's gonna happen in the next 2 hours or so is literally me taking mainstream media. So I took MSNBN, CNBC, and also Business Insider, and I liked what they did. And I want to talk about the launch week of the Switch 2. People saying games are expensive. Yes, I don't understand. This is the part I said people, this bubbles. People thought $60. Oh, they did this, they did this, that. Some people forced to do that. You know the funny part about it? A lot of people say, oh, they make this big game and it could be $60. All right. And Doc brought up a very good Dr. Fielgo brought up a very good point, and I brought this point up as well too. But he brought it up, reminding me last night. Most of those studios are gone. Why? Because they didn't make no money. And other corporations above them was greedy, quotation close, and shut down those things. 1722. So those companies were so the bubble was going to pop. And that's what a lot of people need to understand. I don't get it. These companies, a lot of these companies shut down. You know how many gaming studios shut down in the last 20 years? 20 years. You guys, if you have been with my company, if you've been with my gaming channel, there was 1 year. Remember 1 year I talked about how I shared 1 year of how many game studios shut down. It was over 120 gaming studios get shut down. I don't know, it was 2015 or 14 or maybe 16, one of those years. That was a lot of studios shut down. A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people. because they're not making the money they thought they were gonna make it. Some of these were indies, some of these were independent people, some of these were corporations, some of these will get bought up, some people got devoured into. $60 was a bubble. It was going to pop. That's why I've been saying it for the longest of time, years and years. And you're shocked that the prices have to go up. It's so funny that like, oh man, gaming should be $60. Okay, but then you want all the newness. You want 4K. Now some of y'all bitches remember, some of y'all want 8K, 120 frames per second. That is more work. That is more what do you call it? That is more work. That is more technology. I mean, do you think a computer from the 2015 could do some of the high-res graphics that people are talking about now that they want? No. You have to buy more stuff. You got to use more power. You got to use a lot more. That's raising the cost of gaming. That's what I don't understand. People don't get that. How foolish are you? And you think it's gonna? And you thought it's gonna stick at $60? It's stuck for $60 for 20 years, more or less. It was going. It was bound. It was bound to change. As 200 as for now shut down. Okay, for is 200 shut down this year, last year? Again, it was 120 in one of those videos. Like, I guarantee it's over 5,000 studios been shut down from since 2014, from since I started my channel. I guarantee you that. It's ridiculous. So, what are people talking about? You think that prices of gaming is not going to go up? And here's something about me that a lot of people don't understand. This is me myself. This is me personal. I teach this to my sister Katie, and if I have children or people that I have mentored, I've told the same thing as well too. Because it's so weird that people how that works. Don't need that. How that works. People are angry that Nintendo. People are angry that Nintendo. Oh, $80, whatever. Here's the thing I like about people. About one thing about me, I like brutal honesty. I like brutal honesty. Let me know where you stand, and I could go from there. So if people who play games, play games, they don't like Nintendo raising the price of their games could be up to $80. That's all cool. Good. You learn the truth. You think that's too expensive. You don't have to play Nintendo. I won't be like bashing them. Like I said, like the PlayStation Pro. When I came out, I didn't bash the PlayStation Pro. I was like, hey, people, if they have a market for it, they have a market for it. I'm not gonna bash Nintendo, PlayStation Pro. No Nintendo for that. Why? 2,200. It's because at least I know where I stand. So like it's like people that we're gonna stop racism. I've said this on my radio show and I've said this in real life. You're not gonna stop racism. You're not gonna stop racism. You're not gonna stop classism. You're not. You're not gonna do that. You know why reason I say that? Because all that comes from something called tribalism, which is human nature. It's a part of our nature. We're not gonna stop that. It just ain't gonna. So when people used to tell me, when I first came to America, people used to tell me, "Are you scared of?" And have I gotten racism against me? Yes, I have. but I give it no fucks to give. Why? Because if you don't like me because of the color of my skin, as whatever that is, you ain't like me. That's good. Thank you. Let me know. You let me know that you don't like me. So that means I don't got the fucks with you. That's how I set myself up, and that's how I am. That's it. I'm more brutally honest. I like people who are more brutal. I have more respect for a person who say, "Hey, I don't like black people because of blah blah blah," and they don't want to mess with me and say that. I have more power for that because it's like, okay, you don't like me, good, all right. You live your life, I live your life. We don't have to interact, and be cool, and we are cool with that. I rather that than anything. People say, you think you're gonna scare me with the boogeyman of oh he's a racist white man. Oh, that's it. To be honest with you, I have met people who I would you out, but most people, black people, some black people, let's put it this way, some black people would think they're racist, but they were cool with me and they treated me with respect. Maybe, and some of y'all would say, well, they were just doing that in front of you, or they no, could be, but they helped me out in some ways too. So I'm not gonna argue. I mean, the best what I could tell you off the top of my mind was I remember when I bought my first car in America. I bought my first car, and the car company tried to did me wrong. Funny enough, I'm still with the car company, but the car company did me wrong because something had a defect with the car, and it was gonna cost. At that time, I was a struggling college student. I was a struggling college student, so I could not have pulled off nothing. I couldn't buy certain stuff, of course, because I didn't have the money for it. I went to this guy. I have not seen him in a long time, and this man named Vince. And he used to say, and the people used to say, man, that he was a real old country boy and everything. And people met him like, oh, like, he don't like black people because he does say stuff and blah blah blah. Okay, so you say that. Here's the thing though, Vince, while the corporation company or car company wanted to charge me $120 for something that they broke, that has a failure on them, $120 per freaking lug nut, which was crazy because the studs for the nuts were snapping off and my tire could fly off the car. He replaced all the studs for my wheel and everything that was giving me problems for $5. The racist man who didn't like a black man replaced it for $5 with a corporation who's multiculturalism and we here to equal opportunity and all that bull crap. Wanted me to pay $125 per nut, which was at that time I think that you had 4 studs, so that's a lot of money. Yeah. So I don't care about stuff like that. I'm happy Nintendo told people, hey, it's gonna be $80. If you have the brain matter to think and say, "Wow, Nintendo, that's a lot of money. I don't like that. I don't think I'll buy your console." I have more respect for you than the rage baiting assholes who be on YouTube. Oh, it's so expensive. Again, I've seen so many people say it's so expensive, but then they have a PC that's way more expensive. The Steam Deck, which again, go buy a Steam Deck. Go buy a Steam Deck for. I am more and now convinced now. The people who say go buy a Steam Deck are Steam Deck users who want to make their platform more better, so they can have more viability. Like I got a Steam Deck. I want more people to buy a Steam Deck so we get more cool features and whatever. Like, yeah, you got Steam Deck, I did Steam Deck. I'm not knocking people who actually have Steam Deck and is cool with that. Kenoshi Bamanito, he has a you call it a Steam Deck, but he also has a Nintendo console, and he has a PC. So I don't get that. That is a situation that kind of like puzzles me. So I think that's mostly what it, because again, I don't understand how you fight back physical. You say Nintendo is trying physical, but you're gonna tell people to buy a console is all digital. While Nintendo still have while Nintendo's first party game is all physical. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. We have this hobby that we should be enjoying and relaxing, but people just getting more and more bitter about stuff. I don't know why we're getting more and more bitter about shit, but the bubbles pop. Prices are gonna go up in games. Now, to be honest with you guys, I will say this. I was me and Tripp and the guys was talking about last night. I won't be surprised Grand Theft. It took $2 billion budget for a $2 billion to make Grand Theft Auto 6, and 11 years. That's crazy, and that's what y'all want. That's the industry most of these people want. I don't want that kind of industry. I like indies, I like mid-tier game. We don't need AAA games all the time. We like that. People not again. A lot of people not Nintendo. I'm like, wait a minute. Nintendo put out 5 games last year, 6 games the year before, stuff like that. What? How much Sony put out? Two. How many Xbox put out? Two. How much EA put out? Three. How much Ubisoft put out? Two. But you got a company that put out multiple games a year, from good high end to middle, and again could be bad again. Pokemon Scarlet and whatever. Those guys basically, talk shit. I'm sorry, but that sucked. That did suck. But you enjoy the games that you got. What up, Anderson? What up, Lupacillo? And Lupacillo, if you're still there, yeah. I'm gonna do. Me and my sister working on a video about our Switch 2. I saw I did saw your comment, and I'm working on a video for that. But like to finish off what I'm saying, like we're seeing well, I'm getting more information. People saying 2 billion more than four, but hey, I don't even care. I mean, Grand Theft Auto is not my style of game, but I'm not against it. Let people have their fun. And that's what it is. It's like literally, like I swear, a lot of that's why I like the video what I did with Nunzio last week, when he talked about the number one reason why a lot of Nintendo fans hate other people, and he's 1,000% correct. Most of these YouTubers are insufferable jerks who just can't, who likes to hear themselves and think their arguments. Like I've said before and said it again, a lot of these guys' arguments do not stand water. I mean, hell, look at that angry guy video I did last week. They argue with me for saying if you don't like it, you don't buy it. How crazy is that? If you don't like it, you don't buy it. It's so simple. It's the ultimate. I don't like the Xbox console, so I don't buy it. I don't talk a lot about it. I am going to be talking a lot about it in the future because I'm just bringing up the past to say, hey, what has fallen off? But I'm not talking about them in a super negative light, like how they like Nintendo's scammy and crummy and Sony's. Like, again, I don't get a lot of these guys when they said, like Kanoshi said, what company do y'all compare Nintendo to? Because every corporation does the exact same thing. I rather them, like I said, I rather you tell me the truth up front. Hey, my game is gonna be that, and I make a decision off of that. But we're losing the fact of gaming. Xbox just released their handheld, Soda. It's not really their handheld. It's the Asus. They're part of Asus to make it, and they put their own UI on there. Nothing against it. And here's the funny part about it. I wouldn't mind it if the Xbox had games that I want to play. They don't have games that I really want to play, so it's not on my radar. PlayStation, and I'll be honest with anybody, if PlayStation turned the PlayStation Portal into a straight up handheld as well, you got me. If I could play those games that I got on my PlayStation 5 on my PlayStation, and it could be a cartridge to that, or it could be whatever, or stuff like that. Like if it has a disc drive in the back, I could like do it. Man, you got me. PlayStation 5, you got me. I will buy me a PlayStation Portable easy. Easy. I'm not against gaming. I just like Nintendo games because they're more fun, they're more creative, they're more, I like, and I love how people are saying, and that girl was saying in the video I said yesterday, she was like, "Oh, Nintendo's not creative. Power World is so." I'm like, Power World is literally, and the creative Power World said it himself. It's just Pokemon with guns. What's creative about that? What what are we doing? What are we doing? Shadow Fox talked about the console, a couple of his videos about Kipling, who used to work at Nintendo, revealed that why Nintendo doesn't like what Sony, Microsoft, and third parties are doing. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I didn't see that. I've watched one of Shadow Fox's videos, but I could see the negatively in that fluid. I don't think Digimon is the same as Power World. Even Digimon is not the same as Power World. Monster Hunter is not the same as Power World. But whatever. And that's what Kim is like. People are like, oh my goodness, they're like, why can't y'all make your own stuff? I mean, the creator, I did saw what the creator did take. He said that it was not creative. It took $10,000 to start up the game. He took some of the assets from AI, and the other assets that was from kind of like Nintendo from Pokemon game. He said it himself. So I don't even, and I'm not against him, whatever he do, whatever, I don't even care. And most of the money that make from that game is, you could buy the game on Steam for $29, but most of the money comes from revenue coming from people. He partnered with people to do the Steam stream and stuff like that. And microtransactions. Oh, whoopee, great. Hate, haters gonna hate, bitches gonna bitch. You are right about that, Lupacillo. That's just what it is. That's why I said I'm working on a video, and and just keep an eye out for it. It's coming out soon. I have not played the Switch 2 that much. It is bigger. The control is much. It feels much better in the hands. Lupacillo hand tactile. It feels good. That Switch 2 Pro controller. That I would tell anybody out there. If you want a new controller, you don't have to buy it. You don't have to buy it. But if you do need a Pro controller, the Switch 2 Pro controller is oh my goodness. I don't know what Nintendo put on them sticks, but they're smooth and buttery, and my sister love it too. Like it's day and night. It is whoa. It's like what Nintendo, what magic you did. The feeling is much better to me than the original Switch 1 Pro controller, and the GLGR buttons. The Pro programmer, I'll not use them of course yet, but I like the way how they sit so they don't bother you. But if you need them, they're right there for you to press. I like that. I like that, and I'm telling you right now, That is good. I really do hope there's no drifting in the Joy-Cons. They feel good. They feel really nice. But I hope there's no drifting in Joy-Con sticks. I hope not. But Nintendo already don't got their website that they continue the program from the beginning. So it is what it is. Technically speaking, I need to send my Joy-Cons from the first Switch to Nintendo just so they could fix all the Joy-Cons drift. I haven't those the ones. Just to be honest with anybody. The sticks are made of Nintendo. You're right about that, lazy one. But I'm telling you for real, you don't have to. Sorry, but if you don't need one, you don't need one. Like I said, I don't tell people they're gonna buy what they want. But them sticks feel good. I am not lying on that. I am not lying. I might put up a short video of the big video me and my sister's doing. I'll find what we kind of do. Have it on my phone. I'll find a part where where we were talking about the sticks as a short and just put it up. But them sticks oh my god, it feels so different. I never felt smoothness like that. I might get one towards the end of the year, depending on the software that comes out. It comes out again. Yeah, do that. I get it, Maurice, and I'll tell you this right now: the battery life, and I don't play it, but seeing the breakdown of the Switch, and seeing the resolution. If you put it at peak brightness, and Nintendo says on their website, I think 2 to 5 hours, if I'm correct. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's 2 to 5 hours. You could play Mario. Nintendo Life just did a video. They did what do you call it again? Not live stream, time lapse. He played Mario Kart for 2 hours and 10 minutes from beginning all the way to the battery until the Switch turned off. And he had it at peak brightness. So he said if he turned it down a little bit, it will last a little bit more. And two, the Steam Deck has a bigger battery as well. And those games last an hour to an hour and a half for some of those games. So the battery life makes sense to me, to be honest. Again, you feel the way you want to feel, not knocking anybody out there. You have to tweak stuff. The one thing I would say to anybody out there, the Nintendo Switch 2 needs to be tweaked. When I mean tweak, like you tweak it yourself. It doesn't pop on my TV when I put it on my TV 2 nights ago, I did Mario Kart. It looks nice, but it didn't pop. And I say it again. I would have to get just like my PlayStation 5. There's settings I had to do to get my PlayStation 5 to look good on my TV. So I'm thinking I would have to do the exact same thing for my Switch too, because I have a 4K 120 frames. No, it's 120 frames. Whatever. I don't care. But it's the premium Vizio TV at the time when I bought it, so it was like the highest one. I mean, technology is great. Just play the Switch 2 with all the features, and it drains the battery. Okay, again, I have not given the old 1, 2, 3 try. Not gonna lie with you, Maurice, but that's what I'm asking you guys here. Are there things you want me to fully? Because I am going to test out some stuff on the Switch. I'm going to do videos about some tests on the Switch. That's what I'm going to do. Just let anybody know. That's what I want to do. Because I want to see the difference between Breath of the Wild on the Switch, the Wii U, and the Switch 2. I just want to see if it's a big difference. So I'll do a video comparison myself. It ain't gonna be super like no daggone what's those guys? Digital Foundry. But hey, I'm not techie. I'm just going with what my eyes could be, what it could do. Okay, so you want to know how the GameCube games run? I'll test that out. I'm not testing. I only played Mario Kart 8 for about 10 minutes, guys. So, because my schedule has been crazy this week. I have family up at my house. Father's Day is coming up. I have to take my mom to a lot of doctor appointments and shopping, so I didn't have no time to do stuff as I want to do. That's just been crazy. But I will make a video about it. So you ask that little Carl, you want to know what the GameCube one's like? I'll let you know. I'll test it out. Um, but again, if there are questions about that, I have no problem. You see, I heard the GameCube runs good. Certainly, people. Yeah. I want to do another test I want to do is I have not updated my Switch One console to the new update that has the game share file and all that stuff. All my the three Switches I have still on the old updates. So I want to do is play the game because people got a problem about the sharing and all that stuff. So I want to do certain tests where I run the software and then and run digital software without the virtual card thing. See how that works? Because again, what people don't understand, when people are like, oh, I used to do it before, is what happened was the reason Nintendo turned into the video share the virtual card is because of corrupt files. If you run the game on your Switch and you run it on another Switch, virtually, you can play the game at the same time. The problem is though, which Switch gets the save, and it corrupts it, and then you lose your save file. And then y'all gonna blame Nintendo for something that you ain't supposed to be doing. Square Enix put Final Fantasy remake in the integrated Xbox. Square is hurting really bad due to all the financial crisis they relationship with Sony. Well, that's the way we'll see how that works out. It will pass. That's a test I want to do. I want to do a test of the game share file, the share thing, because people got a little pissy with that before the update. Because I'm not updating none of my stuff, so that's another test I want to do. So like I said, if there's tests, is there things you want me to ask? I want to switch to. Let me know. I will gladly check it out and put up videos about this. Again, you guys know that I'll just tell you straight up what it is and stuff like that. I have not, as Maurice said, I have not really played the Switch 2 to see how long the battery life is, whatever. The screen is bigger. If you anybody out there who got a Switch 2 and you want an express card, if you want a 256 express card, go to your local Walmart if you can find it, because them suckers sell out quick as hell. Get the ONN, I think it's ONN or ONN. The Walmart brand express card. It's for 30. I bought it for $37. That's the cheapest express card out there, and I'm cool with it because I've used it for my drones, and they have not failed in 2 years. I've been using those cards for my drones, and they transfer good and everything. So, is it the super fastest transfer? No. Lexar will have the fastest transfer for the Switch, cards, but about $102. If you can afford it, get it. And also Lexar, I think, is the only one that has a terabyte. But I would say right now, I think that would be the perfect card for now, because this card came out in the last year, so it will be about maybe by the end of this year, next year, there'll be more brands using it, and it'll be more cheaper. That's for sure. I had my sister picked up Street Fighter 6 recently. She liking it. I bought her Yakuza 0, and she liking it too. She loves it. Of course, she bought the key card. You know, the controversial thing that everybody got. Again, if you don't want to buy the key card, I'm not against you not buying the key card. But again, when I looked at the positive and negatives, like I think a lot of the YouTubers don't understand what's going on. Really, they don't. Let us know how the original Switch games play on it, particularly Xenoblade Chronicles 2. All right, no problem. I will let you know that because that's the game I'm playing right now. I'm literally playing Xenoblade Chronicles Blade on my old Switch OLED and enjoying and loving it. So I will do that for you and let you know. Yeah, I think from what I've seen, the extra space of RAM and the extra space of the power has boosted a lot of stuff for Nintendo for the old games. Not all. Now there's a lot of game. There's some games that don't work. I do have a game that don't. They say don't work. I want to test that out as well. The Marvel vs. Capcom collection. They say Marvel vs. Capcom collection does not work on the Switch. It's in the Switch sub files. So I need to, you know, figure that out. I need to figure that out. They say that that game doesn't work. It get hung up on the screen. So that's one old game, Switch game I have that I gotta check out myself. And again, if you like, I think it was a Tomba. I think Tomba, a game for that's also on a Switch One from limited game one. Because limited game runs have some problems, but none of the limited game ones I see was on that list. But I want to check out some limited game one games, put it on my Switch 2, just put them in, see what it is, and see what happens, and just play the game and have fun. That's what I want to do, and see what it is. So, again, my thing is Street Fighter Six. Like I said, my sister's picked it up, Maurice. She says she's enjoying it. I'm not against it. I will enjoy it while she's enjoying it. I'll say that. For me, I like my Capcom versus Capcom Fighting Collection 2. I've been playing that. I've been liking it. I did not know. It's so weird. The Dreamcast version of Power Stone, I used to be so easy. Now I don't have Power Stone 1 for the Dreamcast. I have Power Stone 2 for the Dreamcast. But that thing's been kicking my butt. I've not beat. I have played the other games. I've gotten at least with Capcom vs SK 1 and everything. I've gotten to the end boss and fought, but Power Stone 1, I've not gotten to the end. So I gotta like really get back in my style and play that fighting game for real. For real, for real. Cause that's crazy that I'm getting my butt handed to me. For sure. I don't know why they always do that. It's annoying. But yeah, let me see. When I went back to Street Fighter, when I went back to Street Fighter Third Strike, I almost got clapped because I switched with the 6-button configuration. Yep, Sonic Racing Crosswind is controversial now. Alado, you lost me on that one. I ain't keep up with that. Power Stone is difficult too. Yeah, I don't know what. No, I remember playing Power Stone in game on the Dreamcast, and it was not it wasn't that difficult. But for some, this is the arcade version that's on the thing, so it is more harder. And I'm like, damn, I'm getting my butt kicked. I'm like, okay, Marvel's Capcom, okay, I got that. Capcom vs. SK1, no problem. Capcom vs. SK2, no problem. I just gotta get better with it. I know I'm rusty, but at least I can remember some of the combos that I'm fighting. I was like, what in the world? Because of the price at double A. Okay, well, because of the price, all right, well, hey, because of the price. Everything's gonna be controversial because of the price now. Game Boy, yeah, GameCube is where it's at, boy. You're correct about that. But yeah, that literally is the shoot, I'm looking for 24973. Right now, I just noticed some the fighting games I have is that's something that I've been enjoying. And yeah, I can't wait for having fun with that because it's basically the game. I want to get into that and get my hands back on trying to understand some of the fighting games that I grew up back with the GameCube and everything else. That's for sure. Let's see what we got. Sale on No Man's Sky, I believe. I think I've seen some people say the sale on that one. Buy games at the prices now. Get smashed. Try to date a girl and get smashed. Can't win. Oh, you're stupid, Addison. You're stupid. You're crazy. But I understand what you're saying. Oh, wow. Okay, let's continue that right there. There's so many game compilations coming out. Yep. The Mortal Kombat one, I saw that. I don't know if I'll pick up the Mortal Kombat one. I don't know. That one, I'm not against it. Anybody wants to buy it, go ahead and buy it. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. Like, the Mortal Kombat has, Mortal Kombat, you know, it has the Mortal Kombat that I like, the 2, and 3. It's just, I don't know. It just, the ones after that have soured me so much. Do I want to go back and relive that? Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I will do that. I just go back to the ones that were good. That's all I can say about that. The ones that were good enough for me to play and enjoy. Okay, so I need a special spot. Bring this in because it sucks. But gaming has, and prices has, like I said, people need to understand now the prices have gone up. Understand it. That's what it is now. It sucks, but again, you can't ask for 4K and 8K gaming and keep it at $60. That was not gonna happen. That was definitely not gonna happen. Who thought that was gonna be it? Y'all smoking some, as they all saying, oh, y'all smoking some good stuff. That's for sure. MK went woke. I like Mortal Kombat X. It was Deviant with Scorpion in that game. Got you. I said, that's one of those games, Maurice. That, like I said, I'm not against anybody who enjoys it. You know, go ahead. It's yeah. The later Mortal Kombat games have that delay part. I don't like that, and then it misses. Like, because I grew up with instant, like SNK and Street Fighter with instant stuff now, and and don't get me wrong, I played the Mortal Kombat back in the day when it was that, but I can't. I just hate that feeling of that delay attack. It just ticks me off. So I don't do that. Again, to each their own though. If anybody wants to enjoy it, they go. Like I said, I'm looking at the Mortal Kombat just because, again, those are the games I grew up with. The old Mortal Kombat. I might just get the trilogy, just the collection, just for. Why am I doing this? There we go. That's what I wanted. That. Just because that is a pass to the blast. Since I'm getting all these Marvel versus Capcom and Capcom this game and that, like, yeah, it's best to have them in there. That's for sure. 64 games will be like $120 in today's money. Yep. Thank goodness we have to wake up. We have to be awake to play the games. You can also burn down a city and cry about game prices. That is true. Marvel Take On. I have no problem. I am not against it. If that game comes out and looking what and it does a good job, I like it. It looks pretty good. I have no problem with look, if there's a company, Capcom, don't get me wrong, but when it comes to fighting games, Arc System is not is I can't go wrong with Arc Systems. They have not done me wrong yet. I mean, I'm not paid. I want to play fighting Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, but I'm waiting for it. And sadly, I could have gotten that for a little cheaper too, suckly. But yeah, I'm waiting on that one. But I am very intrigued by by that one. I'm very intrigued by that Marvel game. So I'm looking forward to that as well too when it comes out. Injustice has the same input acronyms for combos. That's why I don't play Injustice. I know that. I'm not again. I'm not, and I hope you understand. I'm not against it and to each their own. People love it. They love it. I'm not enjoy the games. I just that awkwardness annoys the crap out of me. It does. I don't know what it is. Like it is a visceral kind of like why. It just annoys me. And it started to get when it was like what was it? It was Street Mortal Kombat Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 is when I started feeling it. I was like, I hate this. I started to hate this. So, but it was I still liked the game, so it wasn't too bad. But I was like, nah, I can't do this no more. When it came up with Mortal Kombat Gold and all that other stuff, it's like, oh, this is horrible. This is bad. This is not what I want. It's definitely not what I want. Ugh. Capcom is crying at Marvel, and Marvel, the Capcom devs hook up. Meanwhile, SNK is showing some leg out there with and get noticed. I know that's right. I need a new Mega game, Capcom. That's true. I believe you with that, lazy one. So my sister, technically speaking, look, what she wants is, and again, they could do this. They could do Capcom versus what was it again? I forgot that Capcom game. That's part of the Capcom game before the game they did before they did Project Cross Zone. I forgot that in the game. That's for sure. 394, 2, 500. Wow, then it will be the exact same number. Funny how that works out. Oh, okay. That makes sense now. That makes total sense. Okay. That's 255. Let me see. Anybody remember God of War, War Gods for Nintendo 64? I do not remember that one. When MK Computer had Ultimate Run combo into fatality, I felt that the game was so broken. Yeah, I could agree with you on that, my friend. Stop, Anderson. Legend of Star Force. The Zero Striker Governor has filled in that void of the Blue Bomber. That is true. That part is true. I have played all the Gunvolt games and Avenger games and they're good. They're good. I've played one, two. I have not finished three. That's the only one I've not finished yet. I've played one and two, which I like. I then played Gunvolt 3. I played Luminous Venture 1 and 2. Those was good, and I beat those two. 100% in the last Luminous Adventure. I wish I could. I need 100% the first. I think the only. Yeah, the only one I've not 100% is the first Luminous Adventure, and of course, I have not beat Gunvolt 3. So those are the two games I've not 100%. But 1 and 2 I've 100%ed. Luminous Adventure 3, which is this 2, which is the one the second one, I have 100% of that one. So yeah. I am hoping they do. I really hope they do that, Maurice. I really not the Switch should be no problem now to run Metaphoric. That one looks like a game. That's what I'm waiting. I wanted to pick. I could have picked it up on the PlayStation 5, but I said I'll wait a while. Let's see if Alice brings it over to the place to the Switch too. That's where I'm at right now. Like, they might could bring it over. So let's see what happens. They might bring it over. So I'll wait for that and see how that goes. That's that, and then this one will be seven. Is it 1722? Yep, 1722. Yeah, as a key card, the entire Yakuza franchise too. Okay, yeah. Shinobi looks like fire. Yeah, that it does look like that. We ain't Shinobi, but about three other games Sega mentioned. Yeah. I do want to see. I do want to see. Hopefully, I didn't see it. Have anybody seen? They put up anything about the Street Fighter? Not Street Fighter, Street of Rage. That the revival one that Sega's trying to put out. Any new no info, any new information about that came out? That's one out. No, I just want to know since they. I mean, Shinobi looks good. I'm gonna be getting that. Then we can't forget the Ninja Gaiden as well too. They got Ninja Gaiden 4, and then you got the Ninja Gaiden, the one that's also 2D as well. Not on the Street of Range yet. Okay, good. Just making sure of it. Cause I know I'm not kept up with everything, so I can't. I'm just trying to see if they had something. Okay. All right, let me do my math here. Let's see what we get. 225, 474. I thought so. 662. Imagine in shooter range throwing hands for some coins. Ninja Gaiden Rebound, yes, the Rage Bound or Ninja Gaiden YouTube. But thank you, honestly. Yeah, those look like games to be fun. for sure. One, 722. Yeah, so I'll do something like that. Give me my money. Yeah, I know, right? So, but anyway, 6 o'clock. Like I said, I think I have it. I don't know where I have. When do I have that video? Good grief! I don't know what I have that video on. Give me a second there, guys. When do I have coming up? 7 p.m. Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah. So I'm gonna yeah. So thank you y'all for jumping there. Listen, I'm happy you guys could have heard me. I'm gonna do videos. Priscilla, you'll see a video about that. I'm gonna do that and questions that you ask. I'm gonna talk about the GameCube, all that stuff. I'm gonna do that. We have all that video ready to go. So I'll talk about that. My circle find a little clip and make a clip out of that video. Me and my sister was talking about the sticks as a short, so you guys can see it. And yes, don't forget to check out the video Nintendo Switch launch week. Two launch week videos coming up at 7 o'clock. And okay, and also this is more for you, Lucasilo, and other guys who remember. So tomorrow's Generation N is a nice one. I like that. This is this is a console war where we like the console wars. Tomorrow's video is talking about the console wars, the best console the wars we had. I mean, to me, they had two console wars in my that was really great. The biggest one, of course, was Sega and Nintendo. That's what it was. But the reason I liked it back then because it was a hardware. We had enough games, and we got to figure out which game was the game. So that tomorrow's Konami, so you guys will see that and get a little nostalgia in it. And I'm gonna try to go find other games that were played on both consoles and talk about the console wars in that regard. But yeah, okay. And within 1 hour, you're gonna see a video. I'll be back with that. Hope y'all good. Don't worry, Maurice. Hope anybody else again. I'll put up videos. Thank y'all for stopping by. And again, remember, enjoy your games, man. No matter what console it is. Remember, there's no perfect games out there. Perfect to you is not perfect to me. What's perfect to me is not perfect to you. Enjoy your games on all consoles, including PC and mobile devices. Peace out, and I'll catch y'all next time.